Some themes in life are universal, regardless where you first learn about them or where you learn about them the most frequently. Diversity is an incredibly important concept in the natural sciences, which is why there are systems to classify matter, energy, organisms, geologic time periods, and so on. Diversity is an important concept in environmental science because we not only study the environment, but the economy and society as well. Let's explore some ideas about diversity within and without the environment. Let's start with you. Are you a representation of diversity? Let's think about what that word means. Variety. That means there has to be variation within a group to have diversity. If there is just one you, then no, you are not alone a representation of diversity. Within a group of individuals, you can surely find something different between everybody, so in a group, you contribute to the overall diversity. What are some ways we can measure diversity in a group? Check out this identity wheel. These are just a few of the many ways we can compare individuals. When we fear or dislike someone for one or more of those identities, it makes us xenophobic or bigoted. If we design rules or laws that restrict one or more of those identities from equal rights and treatment, it makes that form of discrimination legal and systematic. When it is against women, it is called misogyny. When it is against age, it is ageism. And against physical abilities, it is ableism. Making fun of someone's accent or how they sound when they talk is a form of language discrimination. When there is a pattern of aggression or intimidation over that, it becomes harassment. All of that is under the assumption that we are examining you as a whole and complete individual. When we look at your identity through each of these lenses, we can see how our full identity is the sum of a unique background and experience. Understanding the complexity of who we are can help us appreciate ourselves a lot more and be less hard on ourselves for being different. The chances of someone else having your unique combination of identities is a resource. An apple is no different than an individual human for diversity. An apple is a sexual organ of the plant Malus domestica. After sexual reproduction, the various seeds contain different combinations of alleles that will increase the genetic diversity of the whole Malus domestica species. But that one species represents one of hundreds of thousands of species of plants. We can observe biological diversity across multiple scales. In a taxonomic classification, we can look at how the Malus domestica species contributes to the diversity of its genus, family, order, class, phylum, kingdom, domain, and finally life in general. In a scalar system based on the proportions of sizes between fundamental units, we can look at the apple as a group of genes, cells, tissues, or organs, or within a population, community, ecosystem, and world. A single apple is not a representative of diversity, but it contributes to overall diversity. What if we look at the apple similar to you as the sum of different experiences? Except we do not know what an apple experiences, just how we experience them. So instead, let's look at all the ways we can interact with and experience an apple. Apples provide us nutrients and materials to keep us alive. They provide us food and drink. We can chop the trees down, and that can provide us a source of wood for shelter, or dowels to stick into a candy apple, or fire so that we can smoke thick-cut bacon. Those trees also provide us with clean air and clean water. They contain genes, which is why people have invested and engineered a seed bank in northern Sweden. Trees also provide a lot of functions for the environment, such as habitat, which can attract bees and other pollinators. They provide oxygen to the entire ecosystem. The nutrients that they create cycle through the entire food chain before it decomposes and helps to form new soil. They maintain balance in the environment by absorbing carbon dioxide to reduce the effect of climate change, providing the conditions for decomposition, absorb heavy rains which prevent flooding, and attract predators that limit the need to apply insecticides. We also use nature to express ourselves and relate with nature and one another. Apples are pervasive throughout literature, such as Snow White, William Tell, story of creation in the Bible, a source of idiomatic expressions like, "You are the apple of my eye," recreation like tree swings, color palettes, technology. An apple is not just an apple. There is great diversity in how we build the human experience around what we find in nature. They not only provide our basic needs, but also support the overall balance in the environment. They regulate environmental conditions to be as constant as possible, and they provide us an endless source of inspiration. These are a few of the many services that we as humans get from apples.